So this is not normally where I make my videos. This is episode 4 of Chai TV. And I'm coming from you from sunny, very sunny right now, Cooma. And I just thought I'd get out into the back paddock. There's some horses around, there's lots of flies. But I just want to tell you that it's okay if you can't keep to your content producing schedule. The reason I'm making this video out here right now, and if you can feel that the camera is shaking a bit because there's a horse actually wagging its tail and bumping into the trailer where I've put my camera to film this video, and that's why you may get some shaky video. So for those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that most of the time I try and release a video roughly at about 6 or 7 p.m. on Sunday, and usually my content involves either something like an unboxing video, some tech, but on this weekend we've had to come down to Cooma because of a family thing. And I'm not going to be able to do one of those videos because I'm not at home and I don't have any of those facilities and I don't have any tech here to review. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about what happens if you're a content creator and you set yourself these rigid schedule of what you need to make, how often you need to put it out, and when you have to get it out. And what do you do if there's a situation that comes up just like the one I have now, where you do not have the ideal situation, you've got sun behind your back, you're just trying to stick your camera somewhere so you can get something out and it's not perfect. What do you do? So let me just start by saying that if you are a casual content creator, and basically what that means is you're not doing it professionally, you're not doing it as a living, and you just love creating content, whether it's for YouTube, whether it's for any other social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you just got to remind yourself that this is meant to be fun. And if you find it stressful or difficult sticking to a rigid schedule, a lot of us have seen on YouTube videos or read where they say, if you're making content, you need to be consistent. You need to bring content out all the time at regular intervals for people so that they know and they expect when your stuff is going to come out. They can actually put a lot of pressure on you because stuff like this, where you've been called away suddenly, maybe whether it's due to just a commitment, whether it's due to illness, whether you just have other responsibilities, and all of a sudden you're stressing out because you can't get the video. The horse is still bumping into the back of the thing, and you can't get the video out like you promised, and you think that this is going to be a deal breaker for your audience and that they're going to all automatically unsubscribe because you failed to get the video out on time at 7 p.m. on Sunday like you promised. And in reality, your audience isn't really going to care. Most people don't sit there waiting for exactly 7 p.m. to see if you've uploaded something so that they can watch it immediately. They're just going to watch it when the time suits them. And you need to just give yourself some grace, give yourself the permission to occasionally skip a week, occasionally just not put videos out because you're too tired, you're unmotivated, you've just got too much other stuff going on. And it's okay, even if you don't put a video out or any content out for a month, your loyal audience aren't going to dump you just because of that. You see, yes, it will slow your growth. It does mean that you may lose a couple of viewers who never were into your stuff anyway. In the long term, you want to be able to be in a position where you can continue to make content. And if you put so much pressure on yourself, and even when you do make videos, you want to spend so much time perfecting the quality of the video that you're going to spend hours editing it. You're going to make sure that everything's absolutely perfect, and make sure the light's perfect, and make sure the sound's perfect, the background, the scenery you can see behind me. There's construction stuff, but there are horses. There were sheepies, but they're now gone. If you spend so much time trying to be perfect, and if today your hair's not looking good, your throat sounds a bit husky, you're not going to make the video, it's going to be a very short longevity that you're going to have making your channels, because you're going to be under so much stress that at some point you're going to give up. And the number one guarantee is no matter what, if you keep making content, you're going to grow. Whether you're going to grow slowly or rapidly, that's not up to you, that's up to the audience. But if you don't make any content because you're burnt out and you can't be bothered, you're unmotivated, and you just had enough because of the pressure, I can guarantee you, you're not going to grow your channel. You might think that your audience expects a certain quality, caliber of video at an exact time, but that's not necessarily true. Your audience are only interested in watching stuff they find fun or interesting or informative. No matter what it is okay for you to pivot a little bit. It is okay for you to change the type of content you make, as long as you can still captivate your audience. Just because you specialize in making photography videos doesn't mean once in a while you can't make a video about how delicious these churros are, because as long as the content is good, your audience is going to hang out with you. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself to make specific content at specific times, because that will not be sustainable. Let me repeat that for the people up the back. If you put so much of a high standard on your videos, and if you are going to spend hours editing it, and if you're going to delete a video because you've watched it back and you think it's a bit cringy because you just didn't look as good as you do in your normal videos, you are not going to last. The decision of whether your video is good, by the way, isn't what you think of the video, it's what your audience thinks of the video. So don't say the answer for the person who's going to watch it. Don't immediately assume that the horse is really knocking this thing around. So as I was saying, don't automatically assume just because you spent hours on this video that everyone else is going to think that this is awesome. And don't assume that just because you don't like something, it doesn't mean that nobody's going to like something. Your job as a content creator is to put your stuff out there, let the audience decide whether it's the type of stuff that they like and it's the type of stuff that they want to watch, not you. And if you'll find that you're making videos about stuff that you're passionate about, rather than stuff that you think should be made right now because it's the trend, because that's also not sustainable. But if you find yourself making content about stuff, do you too? If you find yourself making content about stuff that you're passionate about, number one is you're going to come across sounding like that you really enjoy making these videos and that you know what you're talking about. You're not going to be going, I'm not sure, I think, because you actually know what you're talking about, and that's more important than trying to stick with the trend, because your audience can see through fakeness, they can see through pretend, and they can just tell that this is not the video that you wanted to make, and you're just trying to do it to hop on the bandwagon. So yes, I'm not in my house, I don't have an extra LED light pointing in my face, and I'm pretty sure that I'm backlit here because my back is burning, and I'm not talking about tech, and I'm not talking about the stuff that I normally talk about, but I'm talking about something which I am equally passionate about, and that's actually just the process of creating content. Most of us are just doing it on the side. Most of us either doing it as a side hustle that earns a little bit of money, or actually just doing it because we find it fun. The people who do it full time, well, yes, it's inexcusable if you don't put out content as you promise because you are a professional and this is all you do. But if you have a regular job, if you have regular responsibilities, and this is just something to do when you find time to do it, and you only find time to do it even though you're busy because you love it, then give yourself some slack. Make the kind of videos that you actually want to make. Make the type of videos that make you happy. Don't worry about the number of views. Don't worry about the number of subscribers, because if your stuff is good, people will flock to you. There's nothing you can do to force someone to watch your videos today, but also next week, the week after, and for the years to come. Your video content is almost not even as much of a importance as how you come across in the videos. Like I said earlier, if you seem enthused, you seem happy, you seem like you love making these, it comes across in your videos, and people enjoy watching that stuff rather than someone who's just doing it because they want to be in it for the money. I can pretty much tell you that now the horse is weeing over there. Now I can pretty much tell you that if you only make videos because you want lots of followers and you want money because YouTube or whatever are going to put ads in your videos, it's going to take you even longer to succeed because you're making stuff that you're not passionate about. I keep saying you've got to enjoy what you do, and you've got to give yourself the flexibility that if you can't do the video that you said you were going to do, it's okay. All right, it's okay. No one is going to get cranky with you. The only person who's going to feel bad about this is you. And the reality is, people have so many choices, they have so many options. If they don't get to see you in a video this week, they find something else, and that's what happens in life. If you come back with a good video the following week, they're going to come back to you. So have fun with it. Use whatever gear that you have. Don't go spending thousands of dollars on video equipment because your phone, a cheap camera, anything is adequate to make videos unless you're an absolute professional doing cinematic footage. Let me repeat that. Unless you're creating cinematic footage, the camera is not going to be the limiting factor of how good your video is. Most cameras these days are more than capable. Your phone, GoPro, like the one I'm using right now, a mirrorless camera, a point and shoot camera. Any of these things are good enough to make the type of videos that 99.9% of us want to make. It becomes an excuse that we can't make the video we want because we don't have the latest, the greatest, we don't have all these lights, we don't have a big boom microphone. That's all nonsense, because it's what comes out of here, which comes from what comes out of here, that's going to determine how good your videos are. So that's it. It's the end of episode 4. I've got nothing else for you today. Hopefully I'll be back next week with your regular programming, but I'm making no promises. As I said, I'm just doing what I can as best as I can. And if you like my stuff, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below if you have something to say, and remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you real soon for another video, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye.